I'm from out of town, so I'm here visiting my friends, but I did grow up in Los Angeles. And so what I'm about to tell you is a cautionary tale for any of you that moved to a rural area. What happened to me may happen to one of you. And this story starts innocently enough. I go to college. I grew up in LA, a big Laker fan, but I want to save the world. I want to be an environmentalist. And so I go to Humboldt State to learn about ecology. And in my first class, I meet a beautiful woman, and her name's Kyla, and we end up dating and for the whole fall. And then when Christmas break came around, she's like, I'd really love you to meet my dad, Dwayne, and he lives on a 600-acre cattle ranch in Central California. And I said, great, that's awesome, this sounds cool. So we drive there and get there late at night, and then the next morning I wake up early, and I take his dog for a walk, and I go explore the ranch. And about half an hour or so, the coffee kicked in. And I was about maybe a mile from the house, and I had to go. And I thought, well, I am at a cattle ranch, and I'm surrounded by cow pies. Whatever I produce will fit in pretty well. So I do my business, and I start walking away, and then I hear this snarling and growling, and my kind of high-pitched sound, and I look back, and my girlfriend's dad's dog is writhing in my pieces. And I'm horrified. I'm like, I need to get back to the house and wash this dog off. And my shit stinks. So I head back with Chloe, this dog's healer, and as I'm coming back to the house, I see Dwayne walking towards us. And I'm like, man, and I'm thinking about what the excuse is, and I just said to him, just own it. Just be straight up, tell him what happened. And so he's coming up and he's looking at his dog and he's like, what stinks? And I'm like, he's like, what happened? And I'm like, Dwayne, I had to go to the bathroom, I'm sorry. And he looks at me and he gets this kind of mad look on his face. And he goes, they love that shit! And he was fine with it. And so he thought I was an awesome guy. Get right into the ranch. And so over time, we got married. We were at the ranch, and I become a teacher. I'm a naturalist, living trail hikes for kids through nature. And we live near the ranch, but it's in the town near it. And we have kids, and it's great. Over time, when he gets old, and a few years ago, he passed away. And so we decided to move to the ranch, which was really neat. We got chickens. We have our dog. We have little Mount Sadie, who could run free, and she loved to chase squirrels, and we sometimes catch them. And the problem, though, is that there's a lot of rodents on the ranch. And rodents are a huge problem because they can get into your plants, they can chew the wiring in your car, and they can defecate in your cupboards, which is a real drag, especially for my wife. And so we set up traps and caught some stuff that I read about, and I didn't want to poison, so I read about you could get owl boxes, and so I constructed some owl boxes and put them around the house. And about a year later, we got a family of owls living there, and they can eat up to 5 mice a night, which is really great. My friend, who's a falconer, said, what you should really do? And I said, what? He said, those squirrels your dog catches? Baby owls can't get through the skin. Cut those open, expose the guts, and then let those baby owls eat that squirrel. And I was like, I grew up in the city. And he's like, no, believe me. So I was like, okay. So I cut open, and sure enough, it worked. And there was a little bit of meat left over, so I tossed the squirrel aside because I put it on this little roof area. And a few days later, I looked down at the squirrel, and it's just vibrating with energy. And I'm like, oh my God, what's in there? And I lift it up, and what's in there? Maggots, hundreds. And I lift it up, and I'm disgusted. The smell, the look, and the way they move is just creepy. And I was horrified, but our chickens were delighted. It was like a piñata for them. They came sprinting over, and in a matter of seconds, those maggots are gone. And the thought finally hit me, is that as an environmentalist, we love cycles. And I realized that our dog kills the squirrel, our owls eat the squirrels and grow big and get mice, and then I can harvest these maggots and feed our chickens, which will produce eggs for me and my family. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sounds pretty bad, but there's a putrid beauty to this process because nothing gets wasted. And I told my mom this story, and she looked at me and she said, "It wasn't what I had imagined you'd do." She's from England. But it brings me pleasure to see you so happy.